Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to episode number 6 of the Washington football team franchise here on Madden NFL 22 for the PlayStation 5. And today we have finished the first 4 games of the season, including a little break we took in the month of October. So I thought today would be a good time to kind of get you a quick little update around the league. And we'll also check out the quarterbacks in the upcoming draft class for the very first time. So if you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content as we get closer and closer to 500 subscribers. Now this is a live comm recap episode, which usually means I talk while I go. So we'll start it off real quickly just to kind of recap of what's happened so far. And Washington currently sits 2-2 on the season. We'll go and look at our schedule real quick, kind of see what has happened. In the very first game of the season, we lost 38-31 to the Chargers. Chargers came back and beat us in the second half. In the second game, despite 5 interceptions by Ryan Fitzpatrick, we beat the Giants 24-21 on Thursday night. Then we followed that up with a nice 30-24 victory on the road against the Bills. And then we just lost 33-19 to the Falcons, made Matt Ryan look like the best quarterback in NFL history. So we sit currently at 500. Real quickly, we will go around the league, take a look at some of the standings. Currently, there are 5 unbeaten teams: the Kansas City Chiefs, the Dallas Cowboys, the Houston Texans. Yes, the Deshaun Watson-less Houston Texans are 4-0. Tennessee Titans are 4-0, and then Justin Fields has gotten the Bears out to 4-0. In terms of winless teams, there's 5. The Green Bay Packers. Wow, they're 0-4. New York Jets are also 0-4. That's not really surprising. Matthew Stafford has not fixed it in Los Angeles. He's 0-4. And the Bills 0-4. And then also the Eagles. There's 5 winless teams. The Eagles are also 0-4. Going by division, starting off in the AFC North, the Ravens currently lead that division 3-1. In the South, it is the Texans and the Titans at 4-0. In the East, the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots both sit 3-1. In the AFC West, you saw the Chiefs. They are currently 4-0. In the NFC, the Bears lead the North. In the South, it is the Saints, who we have up next. They sit 3-1. In the East, the Cowboys win our division. We are tied with the Giants for 2-2, and the Eagles were, like repeated, winless. In the NFC West, the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals are both 3-1. So that's all really the recap I'm going to do. The most part of this episode is I want to get you guys looking at the quarterbacks in the upcoming draft class, because currently we'll take a look at our quarterback position. It's kind of obvious that we're going to need a quarterback for the future. All we really have is Ryan Fitzpatrick. And while Fitzpatrick has been throwing absolute dimes recently, he is not a long-term future. At 38 years old, he honestly could retire after this season, and I would not be surprised. And if you look at our backups on roster, Kyle Allen, has starting experience, but, like he showed in Carolina, I don't really think he is starter worthy. And then you have Taylor Heineke, who despite, had that heroic game in last year's postseason, he's just kind of like a backup quarterback at this point, not going to be your long-term starter. So we are going to look at the prospects. Now, a couple of things. One, I do not have the scouting update. I started this franchise before the scouting update because I didn't want to wait till October. Yes, I know it took a break, but I also didn't want to restart the franchise, so we do have just the 3-trait system. I will, in next Madden, have the scouting update, so I apologize for that. And also, I do use real players for my draft classes. I like to keep it as realistic as possible. That is a foundation on this channel, is keeping it realistic, and having realistic players is the best way to do that. So without further ado, here are the class of 2022. As you can see, here is the draft class, and sitting right at the top is a quarterback in Spencer Rattler. You can see some of the other ones: Kayvon Thibodeau, Derek Stingley, Kenyon Green, Sam Howell, Kyle Hamilton, Marvin Leal. A couple of other of these players, if you watched my Lions franchise, you might have seen some of these names already crack it. But the goal here today is the quarterbacks. Now, I'm going to go through every single draftable quarterback and kind of just give my analysis. Starting at the top, Spencer Rattler is the prize quarterback in this draft. Early first round projected, early first round talent. He has the best throw power and the best short accuracy in the class, and he can throw it mid. He did not get benched in this sim or in this franchise, so he has currently led Oklahoma to a college football playoff berth. He is probably going to go number 1 in the draft. After him, we have Sam Howell out of North Carolina. He is also a very strong arm quarterback. He's pretty accurate. Not as accurate as Spencer Rattler. As you can see, though, mid-first round talent, A- short, A- mid. He has led North Carolina to an ACC Coastal Division championship. They did lose in the ACC championship game to Clemson, though. So Sam Howell, pretty solid season in North Carolina. And then also Carson Strong out there in Nevada. Nevada won the Mountain West Division, and he's also not someone to sleep on. He's got late first-round talent, but he's probably a more accurate quarterback short than Sam Howell. Now, Sam Howell, I think, can throw it deeper than Carson Strong can, but don't be surprised that Carson Strong is one of those quarterbacks who gets taken in maybe the earlier part of the first round just because some team has a need at quarterback. Now, there's one other quarterback who is projected to go in the first round. It is Malik Willis, but in my opinion, this is a 3-quarterback class: Rattler, Howell, or Strong. If you don't get one of those, you might see Malik Willis drafted towards the end of the first round. He has early to grade, also very strong arm, probably the most mobile quarterback in the class out of Liberty. A throw on the run is the best, A- accuracy short. We just don't have any of those other accuracies. After those 4 quarterbacks, it does take a dip. We see Kedon Slovis out of USC. He is projected to go day 2, probably more of a day 3, just backup quarterback. A throw power, A- accuracy short, B+ play action, the first play action we have seen in this class. But Kedon Slovis is just going to be a backup who maybe eventually hits starting potential. After that, Desmond Ridder, the quarterback out of Cincinnati, leading that sensational Cincinnati team to a potential college football playoff berth. He has a very strong arm, pretty solid accuracy on short and on the run, but he is a little bit overhyped for the NFL. I could see a team drafting Ridder just because of his credentials. He's got that strong arm. He's 6'4". He is 23 years old, but Ridder, I don't know if he'll ever turn into a solid NFL quarterback. After that, it really starts to drop off. We have Malik Cunningham out of Louisville, a day 2 projected player, A+ throw power, A- throw on the run, but B+ throw accuracy short. He is undrafted. Brock Purdy out of Iowa State, A throw power, A- throw accuracy short, B throw on the run. So we go from A- short to no accuracies higher than a B. That is definitely not good traits. Tanner Morgan out of Minnesota, another strong arm quarterback who can also, he's got B throw accuracy short though, so his best throwing accuracy is a B. Might want to stay away from that on day 3. Another day 3 pick, Bailey Zappe out of Western Kentucky. The reason why I have him on my watch list is not because of his credentials, but just because he could probably fit into our system. He has very strong arm, and he probably is one of the more accurate deep downfield passers. You can see B throw accuracy deep. So if you do want to sling it, maybe Bailey can sub into your system, but he's not going to wow you away either. Dustin Crum out of Kent State, A throw power, A- throw accuracy short, B+ throw accuracy mid. Those are probably the best. He's probably the best day 3 quarterback in my opinion, but like these day 3 quarterbacks, they're not going to wow you. Jake Cohn out of Notre Dame, A throw power, B throw under pressure, B- throw on the run. So you get no accuracies out of Jake Cohn. And then the last draftable quarterback, Zarek Cooper, the FCS Jacksonville State representative. He has been lining it up down there in competition, but A throw power, A- throw accuracy short, B+ throw on the run. Probably, early 7th projected, so maybe you take a flyer on him in the last round, but not somebody who's going to wow you. And then you got a bunch of other undrafted quarterbacks. But in my opinion, this is a very top-heavy quarterback class: Rattler, Howell, and Strong, and maybe Willis. And then if you want a good solid backup, Kedon Slovis, in my opinion. But that's really the quarterbacks in this draft class at first glance. Maybe one of them will come next season in a Washington outfit. But that's going to do it for this episode. Next up, we will have a home game against the New Orleans Saints, who sit 3-1 and lead the NFC South. Just a quick little episode, get you guys, familiar with the quarterbacks you're going to see in the upcoming draft. One who might get them in a Washington uniform. Thank you so. Actually, it won't be Washington. It'll be Toronto. Which, leave you guys down in the comments. Which quarterback do you think is the best fit for Washington? And also, let me know, what do you want Washington to rename themselves? I ran a channel survey when I returned, and you guys gave me your suggestions as to what you want the name to be. But I'd like to hear it again in the comments section. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.